Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today is October 7th, 2020, and this is episode 102. Hey, today we're going to take a look at the Orville. The name of this arc is Launch Date. This is part 2 of 2. We have reviewed part 1 already, so you can go back and check that out. It is $3.99 from Dark Horse. The author is David Goodman, and the artist is David Cabeza. Okay, I just want to mention this, if you're not familiar with the Orville, it runs along the same idea as the original Star Trek, maybe Next Generation a little bit as well. Bigger budget, obviously, than the original Star Trek. I think they had a shoestring budget on that. I've been watching those episodes really lately. And on Netflix, I just want to say I'm enjoying them greatly. At first, when they start out, though, every episode, I just notice how cheesy the effects are and how low budget the sets are. But the writing is really strong. The acting is really good and passionate. And I've really been enjoying it. They just seems to be no holds bar on the storylines there and the way that the people are allowed to act out. The crew is unintentionally or intentionally very diverse as well, for something coming from the '60s. Very interesting. The crew that we typically associate with Star Trek, the original series, actually isn't all there at the beginning of the series. They kind of meander in. I think Spock is the only one that is in every episode, basically. So far, I'm got 24 out of 29 of the episodes in the first season down. So almost done with season 1. We'll see what happens. But I just want to mention this is a recommend for me, and because it goes along the same lines as Star Trek: The Original Series. It's not have those kind of diversity lines that they're kind of putting into the latest Star Trek episodes called Discovery that's currently playing, where the women are all perfect and the men are kind of bumbling idiots. So we're kind of gone away from that. If you're familiar with the Orville, it is got more of a humorous slant to it. The humor in here was not over the top by any stretch of the means, but it's very subtle, and they also use it in places to transition from scene to scene, which is kind of slightly amusing. I did not laugh out loud reading this. I did raise a Spock eyebrow here and there at some of the humor. It was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't super funny. It wasn't Animal House funny or anything like that, but it was good. If you recall, in the first issue, there's this race called the Krill. Kind of, I think it's supposed to be a take on the Krull, but the Krill. And they have picked up a signal. They're kind of like warlike, like the Klingons. And they have picked up a signal from outer space. They believe that it's emanating from a weapon that is being developed. So they are going to go check it out and destroy it, basically. Well, the Union, which is the equivalent to Starfleet Command, has stopped the fleet of 9 Krill ships and has decided to check out this interference on their own and not wait or let the Krill just go in and destroy everything. It's emanating from a solar system that's around the planet Alabar, which is in the Union. Krill are coming into Union space, kind of space territory, so they'll check it out themselves. They go to Alabar. They describe themselves as Alabar because the planet of Alabar has disassociated themselves from the Union, and there's little known what's been going on. So they go in, Captain Mercer and his first mate go in to investigate, and the lead that they have is somebody that was in the Union, an Alabarian that was in the Union and 20 years before and has now returned to the planet 20 years ago, when his planet called him back to let them know that they were disassociating themselves from the Union. So in the meantime, they find out that the government in Alabar is corrupt and has been doing a very poor job of governing over the last 20 years, 25 years or so. And they've been feeding the people a certain line that they're in trouble, that there's going to be an attack, that they want to remove their solar system from this particular part of the universe. And so what they're actually building is this quantum engine, they call it the quantum shifter, that will remove their solar system and place it somewhere else in the universe. Now, that's the launch day they are talking about. They're speaking about it's about to launch. They're about to activate this machine. So they hold off the Krill as long as they can. The Orville does. However, at some point they just decide, okay, something's going on. This quantum engine is cooking up. They're able to land a shuttle on the quantum engine. They find there's nobody there. They discover that, hey, this is something that we can't stop. We got to get the heck out of here. So they kind of say, they tell the Krill that there's something going on. They need to leave. It's not a weapon. They plan on moving their solar system. The Krill do not believe them, and they head into Alabar. So the machine goes ahead and completes its round and moves the solar system. So that's kind of the parting joke in here. I don't want to go into it too deep in case you want to read it. I did think it was good. It's super well written. The art in it, I believe, there is really, really nice, and I believe they are using maybe a 3D modeling software. I'm not certain, but it's all very, very nice, very almost perfect. So I am thinking that's what they're using here. The coloring is really nice. Nice job on that as well. Here's Captain Mercer in his disguise with the kind of, I don't know what you call those, finned ears and white hair. So it was a nice story. A nice compact story done over 2 issues. We get to know the crew a little bit more. From what I understand, there's been other arcs with the Orville. I am probably going to pick up the next arc that I see come out because I did enjoy this one. And I'm also going to try to see the show. I have never watched the show. I believe it's on Hulu right now, and it might be on one of the networks as well, the newer shows. So I'll try to see if I can watch a few of those and get caught up to date. Anyway, I do appreciate you guys stopping by. Please subscribe, please like, please leave comments. I'd love to hear with you. I'd like to discuss this stuff. You give me your thoughts on the Orville, not just this arc, not just this comic, but anything else that you want to talk about the Orville. I'd love to hear about it because I'm very interested in this show right now. Once again, thank you for stopping by. This is Indie Comics Jones from the Temple of Tomes, wishing you, or I should say, bidding you adieu. Goodbye.